Hello everyone from Miss Daisy and myself. Miss Daisy has featured in many of my videos, haven't you? And any videos she hasn't featured in, she's normally been in the background fast asleep. Well, today, bit of a special day, so I thought I would mark it. It's an anniversary. Can you believe it? It's 10 years to the day that I uploaded my first video on YouTube. Yes, the 18th of July 2012. My first video went live. Now, it wasn't one of my videos. I wasn't featured in it. You didn't even hear my voice or see my fat belly, although back then it wasn't quite as fat. No, it was a TV commercial recorded way back in 1984. And here it is. This is the first video I ever uploaded onto YouTube.
Who hands you unbeatable cleaning power and puts you in complete command with remote control. Sensotronic power for every surface. And who gives you an optional powered head for more efficient carpet cleaning? Who puts power in your hands with the new Sensotronic range? Hoover. Who better?
I'm old enough to remember when that TV commercial went live back in 1984, and as soon as I caught a glimpse of it, I was there with my video recorder trying to capture it on tape so I could watch it over and over again, which I did. And that's how I recorded many of the subsequent old TV adverts you've seen on my channel. I actually recorded them myself. If they're from the 80s, it's normally from tapes that I recorded. So obviously, I had previous Sensotronic cleaners. I saw this new range and I wanted one, so I saved up my pocket money and money I had from a Saturday job, and also I got extra money by being a loan shark to two of my brothers. They had jobs, but they spent their money quite freely, and by the weekend they didn't have any money to go out. No money for booze and fags. So, oh, by the way, if you're watching this in America, fags in the UK means cigarettes, okay? It doesn't mean what it means in America, so it's not a rude thing. That's what they called them. Anyway, they didn't have the money, so they came to their little brother who had lots of money, and I would lend them out money and they'd write out an IOU. So I'd lend them £10, for example, for a week, and they'd pay me back 15. So quite a high interest rate. I don't know what the APR was, but I was one of the very first payday loan companies, but I didn't even know it at the time. So that's how I managed to buy many of the vacuum cleaners from the early years, just by doing a Saturday job and loan sharking. So because this is a special video, 10 years to the day that I uploaded that Sensotronic video, I thought I would do a special unboxing, a cleanup that I've had possibly 2 years or so. I'm not sure how long I've had it. It's been in the box all that time. I have looked at it, but you've not seen it yet. So without any further ado, let's get to this special anniversary unboxing. It's right over there and I can't wait to show it to you. Yes folks, as seen on TV, a Hoover Sensotronic Total System 50, the top of the line, the cream of the crop. You couldn't get any better in 1984 than a Hoover Sensotronic Total System 50, or at least you couldn't in my eyes. Let's have a look at the box quickly, because it's not often we see the box of these, and this is a particularly nice box. It's a bit worn, but the fact that this has got the box is quite unusual. So we have here on this side showing the cleaning tools, the dusting brush, the crevice tool, the electrokinetic power-driven head, and the contour nozzle for hard floors and also carpets. And there is a picture of the cleaner. It's a bit faded, but the cleaner is the control panel at the bottom. What's on this side? Well, we're showing the huge 7-litre reusable dust bag, and it's also in situ on the cleaner there. And then we have a glamour shot of the machine. And on this side, we've got a picture of the dusting tool connected to the wand. And of course, we've got the tool caddy on show. And at the top, just about see there, we've got the model S3328 made in France, and there's the Hoover remote control hand grip. First out of the box we have the electrokinetic power head. I'll just remove that, it's in its own little box as well. So I'll put that to one side, and then I can lay the machine down and pull out the cleaner and all the tools. I'm not sure if I can do it separately. I can. This box contains the main cleaning tools, the hose, the wands and the contour head. And in here we have the cleaner itself. Now this is an old pillowcase I've put around this to protect it a bit more in storage, and incidentally this has never been stored in my loft, my garage or my storage unit. It's always lived in the back of my built-in wardrobes in my bedroom because it is very precious, and you can imagine this cost me a pretty penny when it went on eBay because a lot of people bid on it. I won it, but yes, the price I paid for this, I can't remember now, but it did hurt at the time, I must say. So let's hopefully reveal the cleaner in almost new condition. It's not 100%, but well, it is pretty mint, I must say. Well, here she is, the Hoover Sensotronic Total System 50. Absolutely thrilled to have this in my collection. Obviously I used to have this from brand new and it didn't cost anywhere near the price I paid for this one. The one I got was a slightly later version because it had the Turbo 300 head instead of the electrokinetic head supplied with this one, and I must say I prefer the Turbo 300 head to the electrokinetic. It was wider, quieter and lighter. All in all I preferred it. But anyway, here it is. I think this is Black Tulip and Black Tulip Shadow, although it's a very, to me it looks like a dark blue, but I don't know, it could well be black. I always thought this was a very dark blue colour, but Hoover called this Black Tulip. So top of the range. If you had one of these in 1984, you were certainly someone who liked to keep up with the Joneses. You'd be proud to show this off to your neighbours. But saying that, to actually use it in 2022, and I have used this a little bit, it is not very nice to use. As much as I love having this Sensotronic, I don't much like using it compared to a modern vacuum cleaner. It's a lovely museum piece, but as far as convenience goes, although it's got a lot of convenience features, which I'm going to show you, it's not really convenient for the way people clean their homes these days. Here's the control panel of the Sensotronic. We've got a foot operated on-off switch, but there is a switch also on the handle, of course, and a foot operated automatic cord rewind. So they're the only two controls on the machine itself. And we have this fabulous, very 80s display with all these LED lights to indicate the power level. So you can go from a minimum for your curtains right up to maximum for your hard floors. And being a Sensotronic, it's got sensor lights as well. So the green light will indicate the machine is functioning okay. There's no blockage, the bag isn't full. But if the red light illuminates, it means you've either got a blockage, the bag's full, or there's something else wrong with the cleaner. And the middle light there just indicates you have mains plugged in, so it's a mains on indicator. And just here, next to the control panel, we've got a rose symbol which symbolises that this machine has a built-in air freshener, and some of the fragrance comes out of this little grill here. And on the other side it says here, made by Hoover in France. Underneath this cover we've got the built-in tools in the tool caddy. So we have the all-purpose nozzle for your upholstery, furniture, stair carpeting, curtains, that sort of thing. Then we've got a very nice quality dusting brush for your shelving and your lampshades, etc. And then a medium-sized crevice tool for your nooks and crannies. Underneath the tool caddy Oh, and I've actually put it in. This did come with the air freshener. So that's the air freshener that emits the smell, and it still smells very good. These old Hoover air fresheners retain their smell for a long, long time. I've opened up many old cleaners and they still have a scent to them. But if you want to keep the smell of one of these, obviously keep it in a sealed box or wrap it up in a bag. Don't leave it loose in the cleaner. So we do have a date wheel on this. It's pointing to 80, oh I can't see. I think it's 85 actually, this one. It's very hard to see on this one. We have the bag. There probably will be a bit of dirt in because I did use it a bit in my living room. Yes, there is some dirt, a fair bit. And as you can see, it's a very large capacity. It shows all the models there. It's reusable, so you can take off the clip and empty it. And it's a double layered, double skinned bag. And it smells, I wish you could smell what I can smell. It's very pleasant. And then in the bag compartment, not a high filtration vacuum cleaner by any means. We've only got the dual layered bag and then a pre-motor filter, and there's an exhaust diffuser but not a filter. People weren't bothered about HEPA filters back in the day, but this is the pre-motor filter, like so. And you can't try and use this bag if you want to, bagless. If you wanted to use this bagless, well, you can't put the tool caddy in place without a bag in place. You could fiddle it, so if you, there, you can use it bagless. Why would you? You'd ruin it. So obviously the bag goes back in, and it's probably best when this bag was very full, when you empty it, you stand the machine on its end, so you take the bag out from the, sort of the top of it, not this way that I'm showing you. So let's locate the bag at the bottom. Make sure that this little lever is in place so we can close the bag door, put the tool caddy back, like so. And then the cover. This is the built-in carry handle, and obviously this is where we insert the power hose. And you'll see here there's a socket that connects to the electrical connections on the remote control handle. When you want to remove the hose, you've got this little release button. And then on the underside we've got a swivel caster and two rear wheels. Let's have a quick look at the rating sticker. This is Hoover model S3328, 50 Hz, 1000 watts, 240 volts, 1170 watts with power head. Its serial number is 412-01353, made in France, trademarks of Hoover PLC. Let's connect the hose now, the very long, quite heavy, fairly inflexible hose. It's not as bad as the previous hose with these Sensotronics, the ones that had the skin that tended to split. My very first Sensotronic with a power nozzle was Total System 5, and that had a dark brown hose, but it completely different, much heavier, but they split very soon. I managed to get a new hose under the guarantee, and it was this type of hose. So you can see on this end we've got a 3-prong connector that connects to the power takeoff socket. So just push it in and you hear a click. And then on the other end of the hose we've got the fabulous, again as seen on TV, Hoover remote control hand grip. Looks better from this side. We can see the on-off switch here, and this is your variable speed control, so from minimum up to maximum. And on the top you do have a max button. It's not a boost button. All this did was put the machine in max mode automatically. So basically if you had it in a lower setting and you wanted to boost the power briefly, you just press on the max button. And then we've got manual and automatic. So manual, it means you control the machine using this slider. And on automatic, it basically worked very like the Miele cleaners that had this feature. So if there was a restriction in the airflow, the machine would automatically lower the suction. So if you were working on a thick carpet, it would sense that the airflow is reduced and reduce the suction power. And if you went onto a hard floor where there's very little resistance to airflow, then the machine would go on maximum. I very seldom use the automatic setting. And when you're using the power head, you don't use auto. you'd use it on the manual and at a lower suction level. You never need to use this machine on maximum suction when using the power nozzle. We've got the button here that releases the wand or cleaning tool, and just underneath, that's the power takeoff socket that we plug the electrokinetic power head into. So let's move the beast, and we can take the wands, two separate wands. I believe in Europe this was sold with telescopic wands, because cylinder cleaners were more popular in Europe. They tended to get more ranges or slightly different specification, but yeah, we only ever got the two-piece wand set. Here's the contour nozzle. That's for doing your lightweight rugs, loop pile carpets and your hard floors. So you can see there's a little clear window. At the moment it's on carpet setting, so when you press the foot pedal it goes to hard floor, and you can see there the brushes are down for hard floors, up for carpets. Nice metal base plate, litter picker at the front, and of course got side suction channels as well. Very nice nozzle. Hoover supplied that with many of their cleaners made in France. Their more deluxe compacts had this nozzle, and then later the Vogue cleaners. And here is, it doesn't say on it, but on the early versions it actually said electrokinetic. This power head is quite an old design, and it's, as far as I know, the second Hoover designed power head. There was one before this way back in the late 70s, early 80s, but this particular power head was also supplied with a Hoover Freedom cleaner in the early 80s. So it is quite an old design. And interesting fact, if you're interested, this particular power head will also take a standard Hoover Junior beats as it sweeps, as it cleans brush roll, and I've tried it. I haven't tried it recently, not with this one, but I will in a future video. So basic Hoover Junior, I think it's a flat belt Hoover Junior, not an older one, but the flat belt Hoover Junior brush roll you can actually fit to this. So this is just brushes, and they call it kinetic because it's designed to flick dirt into the airstream. As the brochure said, there's a little sort of bar behind each brush, so as the brush rotates the brush bends and it flicks the dirt out of the airstream. Well, that was the theory anyway. So this power head is Hoover model S8134, 50 Hz, 170 watts, 240 volts. Serial number is 412-01953, made in France by S.A. Hoover. So this has got a short mains cable on because it plugs into the handle, and it's a straight plug. There were different versions that had an elbowed plug on the end, so it bent down that way to fit in the earlier versions that had a different remote handle. And you could also buy this optionally with a long cable, so you'd clip it to the tube and the hose and it would plug into a power takeoff socket on the cleaner. Some of the Freedom cleaners had the power takeoff socket, and some of the earlier Sensotronics, I think even System 1 and 2 that didn't have the power hose did have the power takeoff socket, so you could fit a power head to those cleaners with the long cable. So right, let's switch the cleaner on. Actually, before I turn the power head on, we will hopefully get this cleaner working. I can't see why it shouldn't work. It's a long time, a couple of years or so, since I first switched this on, but I see no reason why it shouldn't work. Let's pull out the cable. I think I've opened this up to replace the diffuser here at the back, because they perish always. The diffusers on these cleaners and many other older cleaners, they perish, and you end up turning an old cleaner on and bits of black come out the back. So I think I've had this open to insert a new foam diffuser in. So we've got, I haven't really looked at the plug, that looks age appropriate. A Delta plug. Is it made in the UK? Made in, oh no, made in England. Not the UK, England. Okay, let's plug in. We don't have any lights illuminated because it needs turning on here first. So as you can see, the red light's illuminated as well as the amber mains on light. So when I switch the cleaner on at the hand grip, the red light should go off and the green light should turn on. Thankfully she still works, but I can't guarantee the suppressor won't blow in this video because the suppressor is still inside this machine. I'm pretty sure I've not removed it yet. And the room has been filled with the fragrance of the Hoover air freshener. Not my favourite scent. I think the one that's supplied with this was Summer Meadow. My favourite was the green one, which was Orchard Blossom. Orchard Blossom, Summer Meadow, Spring Bouquet, and Tobacco Clear. Actually, that might be Spring Bouquet, the blue one. I've got them all still. I've got a bit of a supply of them. They're very hard to get hold of, the original air fresheners. So if you see them on eBay, grab them. So yes, here's the remote handle. I can switch on again. I better check that the electrokinetic head works. Now you can actually connect the head directly to the hand grip if you want to do your stairs, but the cable does get in the way rather, but it is possible and I used to do that. So it clicks in, hopefully, and then we can plug the end into the power takeoff socket. Now it shouldn't turn on. I have got some old Hoover cleaners and a SIBO cleaner, but the power head operates even when the machine's switched off, which is a bit inconvenient. But with this machine, the power head only comes on when you switch the cleaner on. So let's give it a go. It'll add to the noise level. I'll turn the cleaner down to minimum suction. Yes, that seems to work fine, so I can add the extension wands. Uses the locking ring system, and then we've got two clips to secure the mains cable to either wand. Either. You say potato, I say potato. There we go, that's all clipped. We can give it a go on the carpet, my awful Saxony carpet. I believe I have to use a lower suction with the power head for this carpet here. Well, that's the end of my 10th anniversary special on the Hoover Sensotronic Total System 50. Thanks to everyone who's been watching for the past 10 years, and I plan to upload for the next 10 years, God willing. If YouTube exists and I'm still breathing, I will still be uploading vacuum cleaner videos to YouTube. So until the next video from me and the Hoover Sensotronic, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.
Who hands you unbeatable cleaning power with the new Sensotronic range? Hoover. Who better?